Hello everyone and welcome to today's video where we are taking a look at some Tesla charts. I will be talking about the Tesla price, what has been happening in the past week and also what I think is gonna happen in the near future, and we'll also take a look at some fundamental news in the end. So starting the video off, let's take a closer look what is going on at the moment. So we can see we are staying around the $700 mark. When I made the last video we were in these places around here, still in this downtrend, very bearish channel which we were in pretty much since the January. There was this side bearish channel but it was much more narrow, and we can see that we actually broke this resistance last week and started to do some really major moves up. And if we zoom really in, we can again see those resistances from the bearish channels, and we can actually see that we bounced off this very strong long-term support which goes all the way back to April 2020, and we bounced off of this one and crossed the green 50-day moving average and also the red one, the 100-day moving average, and got into this side, I would call it a side bearish channel, where we stayed for a little bit. We did some smaller moves. Inside this channel we broke out a little bit, then came down, but we bounced off of this resistance from the bigger channel and also from the 50-day moving average. So there was a pretty strong support over there, and we broke out from this side channel. We broke this resistance which was really crucial, and now we are hovering above even the red 100-day moving average. This is a very good news for Tesla stock, because for the past month or over a month now it was pretty much in a downtrend, and in the beginning of March the stock was looking really weak. So I was actually quite surprised by it breaking those long-term supports over here and over here. There is still this one, the last one, catching and then future drops. So at the moment we are staying in between those yellow lines, which means we are still in this bullish channel. However, it is not this main one which we've been now for almost a year. However, I don't think it's the end of the world, because uptrend is still uptrend. One possibility that could happen in the near future, which would be really a perfect scenario in my opinion, is the price coming down right where these two moving averages are gonna meet and just bouncing off of this very strong support, and that would mean a very strong bounce for Tesla stock. However, this would be a really dream scenario, which doesn't mean that it's gonna happen. However, as far as we stay in between those yellow lines, Tesla stock is looking pretty good. However, we also need to take a closer look at the market in general. So I have the S&P 500 index here, and we can see that we are just under, we are really touching the top of this channel, and I'm gonna zoom out now because this is really important about 10-year resistance. So you can see the small yellow dot over here which is touching this resistance, which goes all the way back to 2008, and inside this channel the stock market pretty much stayed the whole way except for the corona crisis where there was the huge sell-off in March. However, at the moment we are touching this support again, which previously, as you could see, for the 10 years it was a very strong resistance. So all the major investor funds are looking at this indicator. So I would be actually very careful in the stock market in the next few days, because we may see another sell-off like previously in the March or in the February, where we actually could see some downtrend of S&P 500 which we broke out recently. However, we still need to pay attention to this point right here. And also, if we take a quick look at the volatility index, also called VIX, we can see that we are at the moment under this support, which was a very strong support since the March peak of VIX. So there is still a real possibility that the VIX will bounce off and spike again, which would put a lot of pressure on the stocks. As you can see, the support goes even further, all the way to the 2018, so I would be very careful in the next few days. So going back to the Tesla charts, I would say that this side motion, or we can even call a little bit of a correction, which I mean a little bit, it was 35%, so not so small. If we take a look at the March crash or correction, however we want to call it, 35 was more than a half of this one, so pretty major for the Tesla stock. However, I think it's very healthy. The stock cannot just go in a straight line up, it would be very unhealthy and end in a huge correction. So this actually made some breathing room for Tesla, and as I said, if we stay in between those lines, that would still mean it's in a bullish trend, so not bad at all. By the way, if you are enjoying this video so far, please smash the like button to help me reach more people in the YouTube algorithm, and maybe consider subscribing for more of this content to come on my channel. And now I would like to jump to some fundamental news about Tesla. So again, we are on my favorite site for Tesla news, which is called Tasmania, and I will put all the links in the video description so you can check it out yourself as well. And as a first news, we are looking at Elon saying some stuff about full self-driving beta releasing in Europe, which would be really huge, because you may know that EVs in Europe are hugely popular, mostly for the more condensed cities where there are more cars for the area, and there are plenty of benefits for electric vehicle users. They have lower taxes, etc. And also releasing the full self-driving beta in Europe in those small cities which are very hard to navigate in would improve the full self-driving in a major way. So this would be a really positive thing for the full self-driving. Then we have some rumor about Tesla in talks with Tata Power to build a charging infrastructure in India. You know, India is one of the largest countries in the world by population, but also there are the talks about building a Tesla Giga India factory. And you may also know that Tata Power is one of the largest Indian companies, which would be pretty significant to work with Tesla. However, there was an update from Tata Power saying that there are no finalized agreements, and also that some reports were factually incorrect, so this is gonna stay a rumor for a while in my opinion. But Tesla needs to build an infrastructure in India if they are gonna make cars there, because it's a huge market and a lot of potential. There are also videos of Tesla semi-truck testing on a track, so we are getting closer to Tesla disrupting another industry, which you may know is a huge one. The trucks are very key at the moment in transporting all kinds of goods across the surface, and with the introduction of full self-driving in the future, it could almost make the trucks even cheaper than rail, because they could follow one another and stay in a little bit of a train on the road with just one truck in the front piloted by a human. They should start the production in July and August 2021 in the Giga Texas. Then there was also a minor fire in the Tesla's Fremont factory. It was probably fire in the Giga press, and most likely it happened from a molten aluminium which got in touch with hydraulic fluids, and that made some minor fire. However, it should be back running very soon, and probably there is not much damage. Also, Minister of Environment is saying there is a possibility that Tesla Berlin would convert some warehouse into a battery factory. So as I reported a few weeks back, Tesla is already building this warehouse, and in the future they could turn this into a biggest factory for batteries in the world. And finally, we have some Giga Texas update. We can see that they are moving paint shop equipment in as the factory races Giga Berlin to finish line, which is pretty incredible, because we thought that Giga Berlin was the fastest construction by a long shot by Tesla. However, Tesla Giga is even faster, which is incredible, and so far it looks that they will begin the production in just a few months in the same time as the Giga Berlin. So the Americans are really showing the Europeans how to build fast and hopefully reliably as well. And this is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and if so, please smash the like button to help me reach more people in the YouTube algorithm, and also consider subscribing for more future content like this to come on my channel. I thank you for watching and I will see you in the next video. Cheers!